Dr. Shalini, would you tell us a little bit where General Kakkar ended and carry on from there? And apart from that, General Kakkar mentioned something about Imran Khan not in toes with the army. And in fact, we have seen he delayed the extension of General Bajwa and also appointment of Lieutenant General Anjum as the ISI chief. So did that also create certain tension between him and the army?
Thank you, and thank you very much for having me here for this critical discussion. And General Kakkar raised a very, very valid point where he said that Imran Khan straight away got into the PM's role without having any experience of the governance. I think that explains quite a bit. But if we go back to 2018, what happened at that time? Obviously, military supported Imran Khan, got him into power, and he was expected to now deliver. Imran Khan came on the slogan of Naya Pakistan, came up with this whole narrative was built that he is this one man who's going to fight corruption in Pakistan. Because there is a series of leadership who had these corruption charges, and this is a guy who's clean, and he himself built that narrative that I, in my stature, did not have to be into the politics, but I am there for the people of Pakistan. So that whole narrative of a clean, selfless political leadership was built up. Military supported him, and he came into power, and now he was supposed to deliver on that account. Now 3 years passed. And in those 3 years, what we saw that both military and Imran Khan, we had these statements saying that they stand by each other. But eventually, there was nothing that Imran Khan could deliver on. The economy was failing. There was people were angry. Inflation was going up. There was major anger in the people. And what we saw is that this anger started to now reflect and was very, very noticeable in Punjab. Now, Punjab is very critical for the Pakistan army, for Pakistan itself. So, and then that's the place where 70% of the army also comes from, and also more than 50% of the members, National Assembly members, come from Punjab. Now, in Punjab, the chief minister, which Imran Khan has, is very, very weak chief minister. Maybe it was a deliberate attempt because he didn't want anybody who could maybe overpower him. That was one of the reasons, could be. And then there was this pressure on him to get the chief minister out because he was not performing. He had corruption charges on him, but Imran Khan obviously did not want to go on those lines, and he stayed with that. That was, I think, the beginning of all the drift between army and Imran Khan had started to seep in. And I think then another important factor also happened, that military wanted to reset ties with the United States because it's highly dependent on the West and United States, particularly for the defense equipment. And again, we had Imran Khan's narrative about independent foreign policy and his anti-West comments coming in. And this was another point where we saw the rift, between the two segments, military and the democratic leadership coming in. And then thirdly, the point that, it was discussed by the first speaker, also General Kakkar, about ISI head chief. Now, Fayaz Hamid was obviously very close to Imran Khan, is very close to Imran Khan, has been a big supporter in its political role, in his whole stature. And military decided to move him away and get a ISI chief who is not so close to the political leadership, to which again Imran Khan objected and kept sitting on the order for about 3 weeks. And I think that kind of created a major rift between these two segments. And once then military decided to be now pull off the support. Now they are saying we are neutral. It is as good as not giving him any support, and it's as good as not as good as opposing Imran Khan, because there's no way he can sail through this whole issue which is happening there without the support of the military. And military is very clear that they don't want to now, because of Imran Khan, what had also started to happen, that military's name was getting maligned, that they got this guy who's not performing on any accounts. Even with the relationship with India, if you see in the last, from the time Imran Khan came, I think we have seen the worst phase. Never in the past, any leader in Pakistan has been using such abusive and nasty language for the Indian leadership the way Imran Khan came across. So, I mean, on all fronts, we saw this massive incompetence from Imran Khan. And coming back to the point that a guy sitting there as prime minister who had absolutely no experience of governance, and he just could not move ahead and take the right decisions. His own party had there were problems within. His allies obviously were not satisfied, and that's why we see how there is a big division within the party and allies going and talking to the opposition. So there was this series of events which happened, which kind of brought Imran Khan to the situation where we see him today and standing with this whole slogans going on, who will save Pakistan? It is Imran Khan, Imran Khan. So let's see, what's going to happen. There are going to be massive number of scenarios which can come out. But to your question about why this happened, I think that's my take.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.